Hello, Eddie Goomba. You said you wanted video replies. Um, and I do watch your videos and I like your music, so I will answer. Okay, my favorite hobby is writing. If I didn't have to work, which I do, I would definitely just sit at home all day with my dog and write books. Um, I actually wrote a book while I was in college. Sorry, my scanner's going. I'm scanning a bunch of old pictures to send to friends. Um, yeah. Well, anyways, I'd write if I didn't have to work. Okay, list your top 4 to 5 musical artists slash bands. Um, okay, I like a lot of different music um, that doesn't like go together at all. Um, I like Wagner, like Flight of the Valkyries, you know. Um, I like uh, No Effects and Guttermouth, and I also like Velvet Underground and Warren Zevon, sorry. Um, those are a few. I mean, I listen to a lot of different music though. My favorite teacher. Oh, hmm. Well, I had a college professor that taught like Roman and Greek history, and his name was Okamura, and he was Japanese American, not Japanese. But you know, he was a great teacher. He was real interesting and stuff. Although he didn't like know certain terms. One time I used the term alpha male, and he didn't know what I was talking about, and I thought that was kind of curious. But he knew everything about ancient Rome and Greece, and it was fascinating stuff. I love history. Okay, do you know how to cook? My wife would say no. My wife is a very accomplished cook. She's very, very good at it. However, as part of the wooing, courting process, I did make one dish, and I made it well. It was my own recipe. It was called Bachelor's Secret Surprise. Okay? And what I did was I'd take a can of Hormel chili and pour it in a pan, you know, like a pan or a pot. I'd take a bunch of pre-shredded cheese, preferably Colby Jack, toss it on top of it, and I'd pour some salsa in there. I'd mix that all together and bring it up to a slow boil. Use a little margarine so it wouldn't burn to the pan. And the surprise was whether or not I cut up a pickle and put the pickle in there. So that was the hence Bachelor's Secret Surprise. Okay, what is an embarrassing story about yourself? There's so many. I'll tell you one. When this guy here, my dog Inu, was a little puppy, this was in college. I was in college when he was a puppy. I took him over to a friend of mine's house, and they were kind of filthy hippies. And this girl had left the door to her room open, and I think it smelled like kind of gross and trashy, and Enu thought it was like the place to go to the bathroom, even though he was housebroken. And he went in there and took a shit. And I guess, you know, they were hippies, so even though they had like a dirty house, they were always barefoot. She walked in and she didn't see it there because there were clothes and stuff all over the floor, and she stepped in it and like squished between her toes, and she was real mad at me after that. I don't think she's ever liked me since, but I don't care because she was kind of she was kind of weird anyways. So that's pretty embarrassing, although that's more embarrassing for my dog, I guess, than me. So anyways, yeah, so anyways, keep up the good work and keep putting out that secular music. We all enjoy it, so